welcome. And you're watching the Free Game Podcast live from beautiful Fort Worth, Texas. And here are your hosts.
Host Dre Williams, where we're giving out free games to them, and you know the game we give you is gonna be worth more than money.
Ace Cash, man. Coach J1. Shit, you in the Free Game Podcast right now, where everything for sale, but the game is for free, baby.
So today we're gonna be talking about Pee Wee football, and today we're gonna be trying to give out some free games to make our coaches better, to make the environment safer, and things like that. So we're really trying to make Fort Worth better. That being said, I've been coaching for like 6 years, but I see a lot of emotional things going on where coaches can't control their emotions. They fighting, cussing, doing things that we shouldn't be doing in front of our youth. Football is basically a tool that we should be using to get to where we're going. And most of the time we focus so much on how a kid's talent is, and we forget that it takes more than talent to go to the next level. You got to know how to conduct yourself. And a lot of these coaches, they don't know how to conduct themselves. They show the kids that it's all right to be, to have emotional ways at certain times. When you're losing or you lost the game instead of.
That's what we touching base on. We touching base on accountability, and therefore we are touching bases on things in the little league world. But we go. You ain't let me be me. Well, being you ain't right, then, you know what I'm saying? We got to call you out, not just as individuals, but as a people. We have to be held accountable.
Well, a lot of coaches that made it about just winning. I be on Facebook telling coaches all the time, just because you win a game or you won a little national championship, that don't make you better than them, and you're not teaching these kids how to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? They not teaching these kids that when you go to college, it's going to be decisions made there. You know how many college dudes I meet that say, man, I got to college and I just started selling drugs and I got kicked out. You ain't teaching them that, hey, you got to hold yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be a leader, and be able to, make everybody think it's just about winning, And we're gonna call them out. We're gonna put the light on them. And today we got Coach Tim Jones here, president. He been doing this for a while, and we're gonna see what he think about it and how we can change the game, especially out here in our own backyard in Fort Worth, Texas. So we got Coach Tim over here.
One of the most controversial coaches in the motherfucking game. We're going to say that. Start off by saying that. We're going to keep it real. One of the most controversial, you know what I'm saying? But a real stand-up guy in the same token. So we're going to go on and get to it, man. And I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No, for sure. All right. So, President Tim, I like to call him President Tim. So what made you want to be a coach? What made you, how did you get in the game?
Man, really, so I grew up, of course, in Fort Worth. Played Pee Wee football in Forest Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was 4 all the way up to I was 12. So that's the only Pee Wee football team that I played for. Man, really on the cool, my auntie, she was one of the she was one of the best coaches coming up. You know what I'm saying? She what you played for. Probably your homeboys played for. So really on the cool, I watched her and I watched.
What's her name?
Coach Bebe.
Coach
Bebe, yeah, Coach Bebe. So that's
We want to let the people know. I know it, but we want the people to know.
Then it's real history behind it.
Yeah, no, it's real history behind it. So, man, when y'all see me, man, and y'all see Forrest Hill Chaparral, and y'all see the passion, the fight, and the fire that I have behind it, it's for a reason. So, yeah, like you were saying though, man, my auntie, she coached me.
Okay.
So I got through playing Pee Wee football, went off to college, came back home. But actually, let me say this: played college ball, played a little bit of arena football. Had my foot in the door to go to the league, but of course, you know, some stuff happened. So with that being said, I didn't take it and throw it out the window. I said, nah, it's for a reason that I went through everything. So, man, I'm religious, but I'm not religious. But I do, you know, I was grew up in the church, so I was praying to God after college football, arena football, having my foot in the door in the NFL, and it didn't happen. So I was like, man, what's my purpose? What's my calling? I know I ain't just around these kids and these kids attached to me for nothing. And at that point in time, I was maybe 25, and he say, man, this next generation of kids, they gonna need you. So I was trying to find out, like, okay, I heard what he's saying, but I'm trying to find out like a way to make it work. So it was football. You know what I'm saying? It was football. I had the perfect opportunity. After I got through playing football, I came back home. My auntie was still coaching. Matter of fact, my first year being the head coach was her last year coaching. And she gave me an opportunity. She was like, I'm going to still be out here, but I'm not going to coach. She was like, I'm going to be out here with you. Yeah, this is going to be your show. So I had my chance, and in that first year, man, it was crazy to see, like, the kids and the talent level where they were at. So my focus went instantly into building the kids. Yeah, I'm gonna compete. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to others. I'm gonna win this the game. But at the end of the day, my main goal was to build the kids. Okay. So that's how I got, you know, involved in coaching. Then after that, just recently it was just the next man up with Forrest Hill. It was a few presidents that was running before me. They stepped down. Next man up, like I say, really no cool. I've been affiliated with Forrest Hill since 2000. When I come back home, 2003. I was out there coaching. Yeah, I was in high school, but 2010, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? I was just studying Forrest Hill. So after, you know, season after season, next year.
You were born in it.
I was born here.
So that's good, man. So like, what's your plans is? What's next up for you?
Man, on the cool, really, I'm gonna go back home and build Forrest Hill. Yeah, I'm going back home. So I ventured off, you know, dipping and dabbling, coaches and teams just to try to find out. You can see. You can't see what you doing wrong, right? If you moving and you just going through the day. But if you sit back and you watch somebody else, you can say, "Dang, hold on, you mean to tell me that?"
So how is it now that you left Forrest Hill and you joined another association? You with another association right now, right? So how is it that you left home and went to another association? Is it like, how do you look at things now? Like,
so really on the cool, man, like the group of kids that I had, they've been with me since they was 4 and they're 11 now. So really, I wanted to ride it out with them until it was over with. So that wave is done. So now, like I said, I got to go back home because everything ain't what, you know.
what is?
Yeah, you know.
Grass ain't always green.
On the other side, yeah, too, man. Like, you know, when you running your own association, when you running your own team, you can have control over, but you still want to listen to other people. You know what I'm saying?
So is it hard taking the back seat because was it hard taking the back seat?
It's not, because at the end of the day, it's for the kids. But when you see what's going on, when you got a passion that I got, and you got a fight, I brings you up. Like, man,
You know what I'm saying? And I definitely understand you because I done took the back seat.
Yeah.
And when you know football and you've been around it and you see certain things, that fire, you can't hold it in. When you see it, it's a problem you can fix.
Nah, for real.
But then you ain't the head no more.
Right. and then that'll be the
So
hard thing.
that's the hard thing about it, because now you done took the back seat and you see where you're going wrong at, but you can't say how this go or how they go, or your opinion really don't count.
It don't count. No, it don't matter.
It don't even matter, because now you're not the head no more, and that's it. Kind of it gets to me too. It gets to me at the same
For real.
time.
It's like I say, the game.
But you're showing a level of humility, though.
Yeah.
It takes a certain level of humility for someone to take
For sure.
a back seat.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for real. And that's what I said. See, when I went to the organization I went to right now, see, it wasn't about me. It wasn't about Forest Hill. It wasn't about the team that I was going to. It's about the kids. All I want to do, I don't care about being the head coach. I don't care about calling. What game is this? This is game 8.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, the team that I'm coaching on right now,
What is our record?
We won in what? We won in 5 maybe.
Okay.
But I'm saying though, me, I'm an offensive minded person.
Okay.
I gotta, just like when I play football, I gotta have the ball in my hand. I gotta call the offense. But see, now though, you can really tell when somebody's. I ain't tripping. I ain't calling out one offense player. I'm gonna give my suggestions and all that. But still, at the end of the day though, what you doing, coach? You going for wide? What your receivers doing? They running. Man, make sure we doing this, and then I can go back and coach the players up. And
With that being said, though, do you feel like sometimes your expertise is undermined, like they undermine your expert? Because we did some checking on you though before you came in here. And how many Heisman women play? How many kids you
They
done
say
coached?
you was on the up. 3 was on the uprise before you.
Yeah, before.
Because not to pick back up what Ace saying. I remember seeing a lot of your kids winning Heisman.
Right.
And then you went from winning,
Three
from over there.
3 levels. You trained off.
Because I looked at that, it looked like the plane was taking off, and then it looked like you just come to that. Was there a reason behind that?
Man, yeah, get to that PG football. Get to it's a lot of politics in it.
Because you was over there on them boys' back when Metro Flex was over there in the Big 12. I seen y'all over there. Y'all
You made your first national run.
For sure. So it looked like that plane was taking off, and then I just seen it stop. So I was like, dang, what happened? Because I understand that road get rough being a president sometimes.
Right.
People don't understand that these presidents, man, I done heard people say they ain't paid their light bill to make sure the kids and stuff. So I know it's kind of hard for y'all, but y'all want to know, was it kind of rough, and how you feel now that you over there at your other team? Would you do it again next year, or you going to try to do something different?
In regards to what do what again?
As far as you going to stay where you at, or you say you're going to build again with Fire Steel?
Yeah, that's always the thing, because that's why I play football at. So when I play football at my career, they gotta have a place to play.
Yeah, because we don't have football out here no more.
Yeah. So that is the plan, but like I said, man, at the end of the day, if you over there coaching, right, and you ain't got enough kids in your organization, I don't got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did this year, I took my boys over there. I didn't have to.
Yeah.
But I took my boys over there. I gave up Forest Hill name to join with somebody else. Like I said, I didn't have to, but it ain't all about me. It's for my kids.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, next year I am going back home and I am trying to be it.
Okay. Well, we know that Fire Steel will be a place where our kids can go play football at, because Fire Steel been around since the 80s.
It's legendary. It's a legendary Fort Worth football team. I mean, it truly is. I mean, even when you coming from different parts of the Metroplex, Forest Hill Shopper, since I was a kid, been respected, highly respected program from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be an honor to see that come all the way back, Coach. You know what I'm saying? I know you can do it.
How do you feel about Fort Worth football? Where do you feel like we went wrong? Because it seemed like, and shout out to Dallas, I love Dallas, but it seemed like Dallas.
Hey, right before we dig into that, hey, fans, if you have something to contribute towards the conversation in general, feel free to comment below. We'll bring your comments up and have our host bring it up. But back to your conversation.
So it seemed like I said, shout out to Dallas. Dallas doing their thing. They got a lot of powerhouse teams, but it seemed like Fort Worth, we don't have a lot of powerhouse teams no more. Where you feel like we done went wrong? Because back in the day, we had a lot of powerhouse teams out there. We was something to be reckoned with. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But now you can name out like maybe 1 or 2 teams out here that has a powerful name. So where do you feel like we went wrong here with Pee Wee football?
Man, on the cool, I said, it ain't even us. It's just the wave, man. Everybody want to follow what's hot and what's new. You know what I'm saying? So you come out there today and you go put you an organization that look good, obviously look good, and you got hype behind it. Folks gonna follow that. I mean, be real. The folks love the hype.
Yeah.
So what it is that folks want to follow the hype, and then when they get to the hype ain't really what it seems. Okay. So I think that's the biggest problem we got right now for Word.
Hey, you peep some hype, some overrated things out here. Hey, you peep some. I done peep some hype. I done peep. It's most. It's
And I done peep some high presidents. what that is, because I feel like we got a lot of lanes leading our youth.
Nah, for real.
And I'm gonna call it what it is, bro.
Hey, nah, for real. You know what's crazy? And man, you done DJ'd out there before. And at Forest Hill. And one of my homeboys he made a post the other day on Facebook. He said, man, I was disgusted. I went to a youth football game and they was playing cussing music at the field. Mm-hmm. And I said, look, like, we gonna kill that off top. Like, you done been, like, when we had our old field, you done been there before. Yeah. We don't get on the microphone and do all that. Yes, make sure we real courteous and then try to show other teams. But, yeah, that messed up the game too, man.
And I mean, because I feel like, Jones, if we don't speak on this, y'all, then the lanes is gonna continue to lead, and then the blind gonna continue to follow them. No, you get what I'm saying?
And the problem is that we lost our way with this little league football. We lost our way. It's becoming less about the kids and more about the parents. That's why the aggression factor is there. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, for sure, the money has always been a factor.
Right.
In all the league sports, because especially when you come to those type of things like 501c3s and things like that, it's always going to be somebody that looks to capitalize off that situation. You know what I'm saying? But
and the piggyback out there, it ain't nothing wrong with making the money.
No, that's
right. But at the same time, you got to put it back
into the kids. Take care of them babies, man.
You get take care of them babies, man. So I just feel like with this podcast and this free game, what we doing is we giving y'all free game on how to move with your kids, how to find good coaches. If the coach, I had a post maybe 2 weeks ago, man, if you got a coach that's really taking out the time with your kid, really spending time showing them how to block, showing them how to move, showing them how to run, things like that, quit following the hype, bro. How many years you got for football? I mean, what at the level?
It has to be somebody that got an interest in their kids' development all the way around. For real. They gotta have on and off the football field, and I hate this shit right here. Coaches on, well, we only with them 2.5 hours. Hell, do what you got to do. How big of an impression did your coaches make on you with them 2.5 hours? Now we want to
not take Jones though. I just seen you have a house full of kids,
bro.
Because I just seen. Man, I don't want to put this business out there too far, but I've seen this man be going through it and still have a house full of kids plus his son and them over there, and they over there swimming, and he putting his ends together trying to make it work. So if I got a kid like that, if I got money on that team and you doing it, you think I'm, man, fuck a trophy. I don't give a damn about no trophy or Florida or national. Because my son gonna learn something.
Yes, at this point, we learn in life. We learn in life is beyond football. We only got, the thing about it is that what we using football for is a tool and a key to open up the other doors. That's what we're supposed to be showing our boys. You know what I'm saying? Not dependent on it for dear life, like if this shit don't go right or nothing. No, we gonna use this to unlock doors to get to college. And then if we just stop it at that, hell, let's just use it to get out of high school. Do you know how big the high school dropout rate right now?
What's the percentage of an NFL player, one of my partners today told me, he said, you know what the percentage is of a kid making it to the NFL?
You got a better chance of winning the lottery, bro. You have a better chance of winning the lottery than getting into the NFL. And if our kids look at that, and if we look at that as coaches, you know what I'm saying? Not just, oh, we just trying to win a championship. Or we trying to get, nah, man, now we pimping the kids. You pimping the kids. That's what we pimping the kids. Because if you don't have an interest in how they life goes outside of this football, man, outside of this, man, what are we doing? At this point, what are we doing? We had, like I said, we lost our way. And I sit back and peep a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? Like I coached at the Chapel. I've been coaching for about 7 years now. You know what I'm saying? And I started right here with Tim Jones at the Chaparral. And I done moved abroad. And what I found is the more I move through this coaching world, the more I fall back. I pull my hands off of it because every leader is not a leader. Every president is not a president. Every man is not a stand-up individual that needs to have their hands on keys. That's why things get quickly out of narrative. Things take a bad turn because we got men that can't even conduct themselves as men, leading whole organizations of people.
For real.
And then now we got parents that's not in their place. You know what I'm saying? We got players that's not in their place. Talk crazy as hell to the coach.
For real.
What happened to the father figure in the coach? But shit, you scared to say. Hell, you was scared when your mama tell the coach, "Hey, you acting up today," because you know coach on your ass.
Remember Coach Lee?
Coach on your ass.
That boy had me running with the lights out one day. I looked over there and my
But now,
bro, and I said, y'all ain't gonna say nothing to this man, he crazy. They say, nah, we trust him.
but look, check this out. But now we can just hold on to the fact, well, he only with us for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's an excuse. We not being accountable as coaches. We gotta know that 2 hours here. If you did bad, this 2 hours we running your ass. We don't need you to play football. We need you to survive.
Well, our coaches used to come up to the school. I remember I look in the hallway and my coach walking there and that guy.
For sure.
Man, what you doing up here? Yeah, but you ain't.
sure.
And then you get to the game and suit up and you can't play. Y'all remember them days? You suit up and you be looking like, and he be calling, man, I know I'm the star player, but it ain't even about you today, bro.
You can't even play.
You can't even play.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have them days no more. The only interest coach shows in the kids is talented.
Right.
That's why they be out on Facebook showing pictures of the talented kid. But you ain't gonna show little Johnny over here that's really gonna be the NFL star, the one that can't get in the proper 3-point stand. You ain't gonna take no picture with him. You ain't gonna show no. But the one that's running the 4-3, it's me right here. This is why I coach.
But it go back to the leadership, because you ain't gonna show the coach that's taking that time and in the trenches, helping this kid. Now you gonna show the one, I put him in a clean ass jersey. Look how I got him shining. It's a show, and it starts with the coach's mentality, and it bleeds through the kid.
You got one
You know
kid
what I'm
over there. You've been coaching for a while, Jordan.
Yeah.
Man, and you done did pretty good with Jordan. And I know Jordan personally, so you know with you taking out time and the things you do, man, that means a lot to them kids, man, because I grew up without a father. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to practice, you know, I coached with the father figure.
You look forward to that.
I look forward.
Yeah.
You know, when Vonzell used to pull up with his days and we let us spend the night at their house.
Big brother.
It was like my big brother, you know. So with things you're doing now to take over the conversation, man, we definitely appreciate it. We respect it because, like I said, a lot of these coaches now, man, they in it for the ring. They
just want to win for themselves.
They just want to win,
man.
man.
You know what I heard the fool say? This man said, man, I've been winning such and such. I'm like, man, that's the problem. You worried about what you man, listen. You can win off the field, heaven again, you can win on the field with these kids. Sure. And see, for a long time, when I first started, I remember, like, all I could do when I was coaching my kids, I didn't have the best kids, so I had to make them, right? But see, I had to find a spiel to get these parents to make them believe that just because we losing, that don't mean nothing. Your kid's still coming out here every day. He having fun. He's smiling. He giving it 110%. See, what I'm building right now is I'm building that man that when he do go out there and he lose on Saturday, he gonna go back Monday. He gonna come to practice. You know, man, I'm on a team right now where we losing, bro, and the kids stop coming to practice.
Oh, yeah.
Like my kids, we still come to practice. We still gonna come to practice the next day because what's gonna happen is them same kids that's doing that right now, when they grow up, right? You done seen me before. I done lost my job.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get up the next day and go right back to work. Or get up and just still put applications.
Be productive. Be productive.
But that's because though, when I was little, when I was playing for Varsity, it was never. We didn't.
So make sure y'all get these coaches.
They didn't instill in us that. Yep. They didn't instill in us winning. They instilled in doing the things right. And when you do the things right over and over, you're going to win. It's going to show on Saturday. But like I say, though, I'd rather win down the life of these boys, building them into men. Even if they don't make the NFL, I would tell my parents, like I said, I had to grab like something to give to these parents because after losing so long, like they get tired. Like look, but look, it's okay, though, because we build a man. That's how I learned through life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the game of football is a game, but it's like the game of life. If you can master losing.
Too many emotions though.
Yeah.
It's too many. It's a lot of.
That's because the coach's emotions.
Exactly.
The coach's emotions.
But that's because they think they act like they mamas.
Yeah, no, fact.
It's emotional when you down 12, 16 points. You on the field. You just going, and the kids looking at you, and you got too many emotions like a woman. There's too many coaches out here that act like women. Bro.
Say it again.
You know what I'm saying? It's too many of y'all out here, bro. And Pregame Podcast, when we see it, we gonna bring it to the platform. We gonna let y'all know, man. All these emotions that you giving these kids, like you can't take a L. Guess what, bro? I ain't never seen a millionaire in life that ain't took an L.
Right.
That ain't took a loss. Back to what Coach was saying, bro, just because I'm making $10 an hour, I'm going to quit my job. That's what you tell them. Yeah. Well, this ain't working out right now the way I look at it, so I'm just going to quit.
Hell, not even the fact that it ain't working out. It's not going the way they want to right now.
Yeah, I got to work in Whataburger to feed my family, so that ain't enough, so I'm just going to quit on my family.
Yeah, just quit on everything, bro. That's the mentality we feed these kids, though.
Hey,
But it come from the show. Yeah. It come from the show. We want it, and that's what you got to think. You know what I'm saying? That's what these mothers that don't have, these mothers that just, they on social media scrolling and shit. They looking at what's the flashiest, what's the coolest, who kids dancing and shit, and showing out, and we gonna jump on that. They not going over here with his coaches teaching and preaching.
Don said that a long time ago, though. He was like, man, we need to start making these coaches do interviews. Remember when you said that to me?
I mean, for real.
Like a coach needs to have an interview.
You can see what his motive is.
A teacher can't go be a teacher without going through the rites of
Or
passage.
what's your football experience?
What's
your highest
exactly.
level of completion? Like how we doing a job for your education.
Or not even just that. I want to know what's your motive with these kids. If you want to just come out here and win, man, okay, that's cool and that's fine. Then I can accept that. But at the end of the day, like, man, it's to get these kids.
So, I mean, because after you win national, then what? You want to repeat it,
Right.
Then after they top out, then what have they learned? The only thing they learned is go to nationals and win.
Nah, for real.
They ain't learn how to be a man. They ain't learn how to take accountability. They ain't learn how to be a leader. They ain't learn nothing. They ain't learn how to take a loss.
And they don't know how to lose. I see a lot. Like, man, bro, it be so funny, man. They be, man, we lost. Man, and then the kids get all, they get frustrated. Man, y'all ain't teaching these kids how to sportsmanship.
They can't face adversity.
Nah, you're right.
When the adversity hits, that's when the panic kick in. I done seen the coaches that think they hot shit, let some adversity hit them. So what if you're not teaching, if you and yourself as a man can't handle adversity, how are we gonna teach the kids?
Yeah.
How are you gonna coach a team so when it get hard, just like you broke down, the kids seeing that, now their ass breaking down.
Right.
Now the team, the game is everywhere just because we didn't start with accountability and being a grown man knowing how to face adversity. Life is adversity.
Yeah, you're right.
So how are we gonna lead, teach, do anything to some children, somebody, a whole other entity that has this a larger span of life to live and develop? You cutting them short of their progression, of their development, because your ass is stunning their growth as a teacher. You're teaching wrong, and as coaches, we're teachers. You're teaching the game of football. You know what I'm saying? How you expect them kids to show up for practice like they show up for school? Yeah, you got to take that same approach as a coach.
Look, Jimmy ain't got to show up to practice if he good enough.
Hey, see what I'm saying?
Hold on. Let me Johnny ain't got to show up to practice as long as he run a 4.3. Hey, hold on. I was little Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to little Johnny. So I was fast, and I won the Junior Olympics. I went to Junior Olympics, won it multiple times. I was on a private jet by myself multiple times. I swear that since I was 8. But guess what? They wasn't teaching me. They wasn't teaching me that my attitude wasn't gonna get me nowhere when I hit that high school level. Cause I feel like since I'm the speed demon, I can tell the coach, I ain't gotta work out today. I'm missing athletics. I ain't got no chemistry with the team, nothing. Just give me the rock. That's what we teach our dogs. That they ain't gotta have accountability. They ain't got, as long as they can run touchdowns, nigga, you gonna be a millionaire.
But you know what? Just with that being said, they don't have to work. They don't put in the work. They don't put in the time. And them the dogs, but they the first motherfuckers break down. I've seen it. It be the niggas the little kids that never get on the field. They ready. They still got the heart. They get knocked on their ass 8 times out of 10. 8 out of 10, they get knocked on their ass, and they get back up with a better attitude than your dog, because your dog got the mentality of these covers.
Because you got to understand, most coaches, once they believe in one kid, they can't look in the eye and see the other kids as home.
It's not
because I know that this kid, because I know for a fact that this kid they did it before, but you can't see that this kid don't want no smoke today. You can't see, but this kid over here saying, "Coach, I got this. Let me put the team on my back."
But you don't trust.
It's coach. Yeah, you don't trust them because you ain't coach. You really don't have the experience to be in the position that you in, because you don't know how to look around and see. okay, man, this kid here ready today. Every dog got his day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every dog got his day. Just because you run 100 touchdowns a day don't mean you're going to run another 100 touchdowns Saturday. So, I mean, it's different players that can carry the team. But like I say, a lot of us show the dog that they don't have to work hard. They don't have to show up to practice. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to have no accountability, bro. But with that being said, I know you have been in a couple leagues or whatever the case might be in Jones. So, I mean, how do you feel about the leagues like Texas Sport? How do you feel about Texas Sport?
Hold on, go back to that. Man, I wanted to say something when you was on that. Players not coming to practice. On my team, we deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, on Saturday, I'm sure they probably got mad. Man, probably gonna get mad at me watching this, but I don't give a damn.
The biggest op. You hear me? What I tell you, but shit,
I'm gonna be for real though. But look though, coaches, when you do that, man, you cannot. Let me see. I'm gonna put this.
Man, tell it how it is.
No, because I just want to get my point across. Okay, so let's say this. If I want to come in here and I want to build a team of winning, and I want to, right, like you say, the leadership.
Leadership.
Right? Man, these kids are so damn smart. So if you want to coach and you say, you don't come to practice, you're not gonna play.
Sure.
But then this kid that you got, that you claim is a dog, he don't come to. Man, listen. This is the most ridiculous, man.
So how do you feel about that?
Now look, I'm gonna tell you, it's bad. It's bad for the parent. It's bad for the coach, and it's bad for that kid because you establishing bullshit ass habits for that kid. Okay. But you, how can you tell a kid that you got to come to practice to get good, or you can't? Or if you don't come to practice, you're not gonna play. But then you got little Johnny coming on Saturday, showing up in.
Yeah,
man, this
pissed
me off. Nah, yeah, for sure. But this pissed me off. You got this one kid that come to practice every fucking day. Yeah. And he in that bitch and he grinding. Man, listen, fuck that kid that's not coming to practice because you don't give a damn on what I got going. You don't believe in what the fuck I believe in because if you did, you'll come to practice or you'll find a way to get there. So I'm not fucking with no kids that's not coming to practice. So when I do that as a coach, when I say, okay, look, Johnny, you don't got to come to practice, but on Saturday you're going to start. Nigga, the team going to be fucked up. Because the kids is seeing it. Like, how do you expect the kid to come to practice? Man, listen. I had a kid ask me one time, Coach Tim, why and playing in Junebug don't come to practice? You know what I tell my kid? Like, man, keep being you. Keep going hard.
For sure.
Keep doing what you do. For sure. Make the coach know that you don't want to be on the field. Shit, I'll be having that coach.
But you see what kind of practices them is? You see, because look, as adults, as people, as human beings, if you don't work, your ass don't eat. So you teaching little Johnny, shit, you just cool enough to, you don't have to work. So when he got a sense of entitlement that a damn man shouldn't have. Like I said, if we coaches, let's coach him.
We want to win too bad. We want to win too bad, so we're not teaching.
But at what point, if you're not winning, do you say that, okay, little Johnny, I'm gonna put your ass on the sideline because even with you not coming to practice, you playing on Saturday, your ass still ain't
because that coach, he still got hope in his mind saying that, see, we gonna win this game, we gonna win. So it's going back to, I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna tell you one thing, it's experience, bro. I was coaching at a school, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell a lot, and back to what you said, it's hard to take the back seat for me, Jones, now because I do have the experience, but I have took the back seat. But with that being said, I was coaching at a school. All my kids failed out. Mm-hmm. So when they failed off the team, I had to go find me a new back.
Right.
So I went and found this Hispanic kid. Mm-hmm. Long story short, the Hispanic kid was was better than my starting kid, but I was looking over him because never gave him a chance. Never gave him a chance, bro.
Yeah.
And it was a life lesson for me that. And sometimes you can just be overlooking some great kids because you're so focused on this one kid because I'm thinking this is Mr. Touchdown. This kid, he look like Adrian Peterson. He big, he's stock, and he run hard. You see? But the Hispanic kid ran way harder than he did. But my eyes was closed. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of coaches are stuck in their ways like that, Jones, to piggyback off what you said. They just think that this little Johnny is what's gonna take me to where I need to go. Yeah. To the bowl. To the promised land. To the promised land. You feel me?
Yeah, for real.
And that's why we here to expose that type of behavior because we knowing that It's like a 2% chance of these kids going to the NFL.
Now, just just to jump in here, Channing Humphrey, voice of the producer, but something we were talking about earlier. It's because that line between rec and select is gone.
Man, good.
And we've tagged rec league as something negative or something that is beneath or lower, and we've promoted select as it's the end all be all. And just like Tim was saying, a lot of these women, they've never played football, they weren't involved in the game for a lifetime. So when they go looking for a team, they go looking off of social media. They're going off of the pictures, the videos, highlights. And they want their kid to be a part of that, not knowing all it takes to play football on a high level. But what I mean on the rec and select, some of these kids should be on the neighborhood team with the mesh jerseys, just having a good time, learning how to play football, learning to have fundamentals. Because in my opinion, select, if you guys are trying to go on a national run, or even if you're not doing a national run, you consider yourself select. If you're saying it's select, that means the coach gets to cut kids off the team and pick who he wants. So with that being said, we're looking for the kids with the higher level. Now, since they're kids, nobody's going to be perfect today. They all have room for growth. Let's promote and celebrate the kids doing right and internet kids.
Can I ask y'all a question? So what do y'all feel, because I seen that post today saying, what do y'all feel about Lil Johnny that don't get to play because it's a tight game? If it's 14-14, if it's 14-14, it's the fourth quarter, or be in overtime, and Lil Johnny ain't got in. Do he get in?
But let me give it to you. I'll get out. But my opinion on that goes as far as first in certain situations. The first thing I'm put it on coaches. If we got special teams, bro, Lil Johnny should be finding the field somehow. If we got kickoff and kickoff return, bro, you shouldn't have so many kids because there's only one kid running the back. You might have one good blocker. And if you got 10 scrubs, or 9 scrubs, we should be able to get them on the field on kickoff and kickoff return. And even in high school and college, that's where you earn your keep. Is on special teams. If you play high school or a high level college football, if you didn't have a name when you showed up, you had to earn your spot through special teams. If we're not giving those kids that opportunity, that is on the coaches. Now, what the parents got to understand. If you take your kid to SED or you took your kid to Havoc or Pac Prom and TNS, and they've been on the internet for years talking about they trying to go to Florida, they trying to win a national championship, that's on you as a parent. That's not on the coach. If you got 20 parents or 30 parents that are all bought into this vision that they trying to go to Florida and want to win, but look, if they are all on the same page that they doing that, you can't bring your kid to be the one kid like I want to learn. You got to seek that out as a parent. Like just like it's Tim Jones in the chaps. Like it's people in Fort Worth who knew their kid wasn't ready to
Or you got to accept them.
Yeah, they wasn't ready, but they
don't want their kid. I mean, and I know that, listen, parents, this is what I want to ask y'all. What type of parent don't want their kid to grow? What type of parent don't want their kid to learn? You want the clout so bad that you want to be on a team where your son never learns how to play ball? He just over there with his jersey on. He might looking cool. Because you can post it. He might well be up there with you. Because you can post it. You know, everybody's looking for something to post.
Me and Lil Son, we play for the Golden Triangle.
We ain't never got in the game.
His back ain't dirty.
Jersey clean as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Cleanest man on the field, man. And it's sad. It's sad because you will put your kid in that position just for your selfish gain. Because the kid ain't gaining shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of our males finessing the women. It's a lot of single parent women out there. And a lot of these coaches, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to call you out because, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on anything I say. So a lot of our coaches is finessing the black, I ain't going to even say black, the single parent. The single mother. Because the
Hispanic and white moms getting get in.
Yeah. We're going to take thank you for correcting me.
Yeah,
so with that saying, a lot of us finessing. And it's cool to put your, but back in the day, I was talking to some of the old heads. Back in the day, it was laws, it was guidelines, bro. The women and the old people, the women and the kids was off limits. We didn't finesse them. Yeah. Like if you was gang banging or like how all y'all trying to play tough and like y'all street, if you was gang banging and stuff like that in the 90s, the old people and the women and the kids was off limits. Off limits. You see what I'm saying? But now we'll see a single parent mama and go to finessing and knowing damn well we ain't finna put Lil Johnny in the game. We finna finesse it for $200-$300. Yeah. But we supposed to be here for the kids. But we supposed to be here trying to make a change. I thought football was where we make a change in. So we done got in the game. We basically pimping the game now.
I said pimping.
You know what I'm saying? We pimped in the game. We putting our boogie down.
And pimping, and you pimping talent.
You feel what I'm saying?
And that's the same thing we talking about with Lil Johnny that don't come to practice. At this point, you pimping his talent. You're not interested in his development as a football player, as a man, as an individual. You are strictly pimping his talent. And if you're not pouring into this kid, he gonna tap out. How many Lil Johnnies do you know? It's endless. They tapped out. How the hell did they tap out in Little League football?
Man, I went up there.
It's so many you don't see.
Hey, have you ever been to Metro? You know, y'all know what Metro is?
What's that?
Flex.
No. Metro is a school. It's a school for bad kids. It's a school for bad kids, man.
Yeah.
One of my coaches was up there like 2 weeks ago, man. He said, man, he's seen almost 80% of his kids there at that Metro, at that bad school. He said all his football kids from Pee-wee was at the school. They ain't got kicked out.
Yeah.
Name how you got a select few coaches. I ain't gonna take they go check on the kids after Pee-wee, but for the most part, after y'all kids get done with Pee-wee, man, these coaches ain't finna check on your kids unless he just that star player.
Just making
You
it
get
look
what I'm
good.
saying?
Listen,
He
bro,
not finna go check on Lil Johnny to make sure Lil Johnny. It don't matter no more.
it go right back to the looks. They only gonna check with him and stay locked in with him if it makes the coach look good.
Yeah,
It's just
your
about that for
five-star.
show shit. It's the for show shit. It's not.
Yeah, you the kid that he playing varsity over there at Alito. He playing varsity at Duncanville and DeSoto. Them the kids y'all gonna check in with. Y'all gonna hold on to them, cause y'all be so lame. Y'all be hoping one day he throw y'all some bone because y'all really ain't got it. Y'all ain't gonna go check on Lil Johnny that making straight A's. He got a 4.0 grade at. He might not be a football player. He might be the next president or something, or the next mayor, but y'all ain't gonna go check on him because he don't have that hype right now behind him.
Well, let's jump onto that subject. You kind of touched on a little bit, man. This is something that only because Semi-Pro Live, we cover urban football and we cover suburban football.
For sure.
And a lot of our suburban parents and people who follow our page, they don't really understand how we do football up here.
Mhm.
And that goes down to some of our South Texas audience. So let's say we went out to Chicago or we go down to Corpus. When you see the Alice Steelers, all them kids live in Alice, Texas. No matter how good or how bad the team is, every single one of them kids lives in Alice, Texas. They're going to go to Alice High School. They're going to be Steers one day. Same thing, even in Corpus Christi. You see OTE Panthers, every one of those kids is a kid from Corpus Christi. Now, when I went up to Chicago, each one of those teams was a hood in Chicago. So all the kids was playing for their local hood. Eventually, all them kids are going to go to high school.
Yeah.
So what is your opinion on the select system and its impact on how football used to be? You guys came from the select system of old where you were playing for your community. You were
Yeah, how you feel about that, John? Do you feel like, I feel like, to be honest with you, bro, I feel like Fort Worth done been finessed. For our talent, our kids, our talent. When I say that, because I remember, and in the show about you, but I'm just giving you something to remember. Remember when we played for the Shouts? Coach Zach and them, everybody used to be out there at the game on the sideline. Because we used to have schools to feed our kids to.
Yeah.
Now, the Dallas and the other surrounding areas, they come out here and they take our kids and they take them back to their schools and on their teams, and we don't have no kids to feed our school. I mean, we really not feeding our high schools
And they got
middle schools.
and the Dallas schools are open district. You got to, we're not even thinking about that. Our schools ain't open district.
So how you feel about the feeding program that we
Man,
have?
I'm gonna tell you what's really happening. See, back in the day, I didn't have a daddy.
Mm.
My daddy wasn't around.
Sure.
So I'm sure it was a lot more of me that was on our team.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We won probably every game.
Yeah.
I think I had, as a matter of fact, the whole time I played before I see again, I think I lost one game. But I sat out, of course, in 85.
Mm.
But I'm just saying it was a lot of people on the team that probably didn't have fathers, you know what I'm saying, coming up. So what I'm saying is, when I got to high school, my daddy was still in my life. So everything that I learned from myself after high school, I'm like, dang, hold on, man. I ain't finna do this with my son. We ain't finna go through this cycle.
Okay.
So man, it's crazy because I had a talk with one of my high school coaches. We kind of had a debate. He asked me, he was like, man, why would you? Because my son went to Kennedy. My son didn't go to ODY.
Why? Okay.
He was like, why would you take your son? Why y'all always taking y'all kids? He said, what kills me is y'all take y'all kids out. So what? Y'all ain't got nothing to offer for us, right? Like the weight room facility. Okay, Fort Worth, I give it to y'all. Yeah, maybe they have upgraded, which is good, but y'all behind though. South Lake Kerr had it when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? When I was still having portables, weight room.
You had a great
portable
subject.
building. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is now that me, you, maybe we went without our daddies. Maybe our daddies went there. And we went through it. We said, "Nah, we ain't doing this time around with our kids."
Yeah.
So what we doing is now we taking our kids out to the schools that do got what we need.
Yeah.
Whether it's good weight room facility, good coaching. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I played football all my life. My senior year, when I played football, I couldn't tell you what a cover 2 was. I knew what cover 3 was because that was our base defense. But I couldn't tell you what a cover 2 man was. I couldn't tell you what a cover 4 was.
So it's basically lack of coaching.
It's the lack of. I mean, no, I ain't gonna say lack of coaching. Fort Worth just failed us to where we tired. Yeah. To where I ain't even finna gamble with you. I ain't even finna take a chance with you. I'm gonna take my son out here to her, and if I gotta take my household and move my household, that's what my boy. That's what my boy. Like I got a whole bunch of homeboys, right? And that's what the talk be. And the talk be, man. Let me tell y'all something. We not finna. First of all, we not gonna stay in the hood. We gonna get out the hood. But when we move out the hood, we trying to set the foundation for our kids. So like when I get all my ducks in the run, like ready. If Alito is the best bet for me, I'm moving to Alito. I'm not finna go to Eastwood and put me a house in Eastwood. I'm gonna go build me a house and put that third Alito. See now. I want for my son though, so that's the difference now between back in the day.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right before you add to it. That's the dirty choice that we as minorities get stuck with, especially in Texas, because in Texas, all that fancy stuff that we want for our kids is funded with property tax.
Yeah.
And every time you go to a hood school, you want to know how much funding your kids gonna go? Just look at the neighborhood that's surrounding the school. Is it a whole bunch of apartments around your school? Your school broke.
Yeah.
You go to a school that's surrounded by apartments, y'all ain't got no money.
Hey, say that again, bro.
You go to a school surrounded by apartments,
Hey, now listen,
your school ain't got no money.
Parents, man, y'all listen to what he tell you because it's free game.
It's free game, man. Hey, man, we charging for everything, but the game is free, baby.
The Texas education system gets like 10% federal dollars from the state. The rest of that coming directly from local property tax. So when you go to South Lake, the reason your kids is getting that high valued education is not really a black and white. It's because they got $1 million homes and paying taxes on that. Yeah, my grandma lived in View Park in LA, but there's a whole bunch of old people. They don't even have kids in the neighborhood. But this school district is one of the top ones in the state because it's a whole bunch of old people giving money to like 500 kids that live in the neighborhood.
Right.
So that's the dirty thing. If we stay in our communities, unless you like make a major investment, like I'm gonna build my $1 million home in Eastwood. That's the only way why it ever gonna come up. It don't matter what the state and the city want to come up with. The way the system is set up, they get the money for each school based off of the local neighborhood.
And that just go back into the things that I touch on and love to touch on is keeping the money in the community. It's a lot. I agree with Tim 120% when he say we get our money and want to get the hell away from it because we come from that. Yeah. But the only way to change the narrative is for us to be accountable and take care of that ourselves. Ain't nobody finna come save Eastwood. Ain't nobody finna save the South Side. Bro, what you gotta do is put that dollar back in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's enough dollars going through here.
You may not live in Eastwood, but you can drop a business in Eastwood and pay taxes in Eastwood.
We don't have really a lot of football, and that's another thing with the South. Y'all had y'all own football field. Right. Y'all had a lot of us don't even have a lot of football fields, pee-wee football fields, because of the way we act out here.
Man,
and
that brings us to that brings us to our next title for today, or our next subject on today's show, man. The violence in youth sports. I'm gonna go ahead and let you take it away.
So with the violence in youth sports, we don't have a lot of fields for our youth to play in. So do you think they play? How do you feel about that? Because I know y'all always had y'all own football field, and I feel like that was a big deal because back in the day, people really didn't have their own field like y'all. Y'all had y'all own field. So how do you feel about kids not having places to play in and things like that, and how you feel like in Fort Worth. I want to clean my own backyard.
Right, facts.
So how do you feel like we can
Change it.
change that?
It's crazy because I was talking to one of the coaches I coach with now, and I said, man, it's crazy because everybody got egos and agendas. You know how they got it at the Soto at the U? I think it's the U field where they got all them fields in there. Man, listen, if this organization, if y'all come and patch up, and we can have our own facility, but the thing is, there's too many. Everybody not for the kids.
Hey, some of that is community buy-in too. You know what's crazy? I was watching because I like to watch a lot of middle school and high school football, but not being from DeSoto, I started paying attention. I was like, hey man, all the middle schools in DeSoto play at Ewell Road too. Mm-hmm. So now the city is bought into that same area, and the junior highs and the high schools. That big pot of money is all bought into one area. Now they got it's a more affluent area, but that's something that Fort Worth and other cities need to look into because we don't have as much money in Fort Worth. So it goes further if you can get the school to invest with the city and the youth teams to make a product. Because, that's the same place. When I saw Booby coming up, Booby Feaster, I saw his junior high stuff. It was at the same field where I saw him playing youth football.
And I think we're trying to make a change. Shout out to Warwick with the Fort Worth YSL, Fort Worth League, man, because at the end of the day, man, I love everybody, but I know I got to clean up my own house before I can go talk about, man, Miss Willis' house dirty over there. You over there, I can't go talk about nobody until we clean up here. So, and shout out to everybody else doing their thing, but I want to clean Fort Worth and get Fort Worth back to where it needs to be. And with that being said, how do you feel about the league, the football leagues over here? Not to just jump from sub to sub, but I was trying to tell you before we close. How do you feel about the football leagues like Texas Sport? How do you feel they treat us, and how do you feel? Do you like the league?
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. For a while, man, y'all know I was beating with Texas Sport. I don't even lie because what happened. Nevertheless, we the one thing I can say, and I don't care what nobody say about me. I know how to move from my past. You know what I'm saying? So we had an issue, disagreement. Mm-hmm. It took some years. You know what I'm saying? It took some years for me just to grow. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? When I got I'm like, hold on. I'm fucking my kids. Mm-hmm. Let me fix me first.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Salute to you.
Yeah. So let me fix me first. That way because I want to play against the best. I don't care if you wherever you at. I want the best. So being honest with myself, man, I was like, bro, they do got the best league around. They got the most competitive league around. Shout out to Texas Sport. So I said, dang, I got to fix myself. So, I had to just restructure myself. But, they do got, Texas Sport got a good league, man.
How was you over there with Big 12? Seemed like you had a good vibe with Big 12.
Oh, yeah, look, man, and that's the thing.
Big U is the Big U now.
The Big U, yeah, I love Pat, man. Pat, that's dang near like, man.
We giving Pat some love on semi-pro. He think we hate him.
Yeah, you think Pat think you hate me?
Yeah, Pat think I hate him.
You hear what I just said?
No, he think I hate him.
Because the leagues is what make this,
Right.
If you in the league determine on, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you said, so with that being said, man, we gotta shout it out to the leagues and hope they keep it decent for the kids to where making the rules to where
integrity is the main thing.
So,
hold on, we got Chris Jackson, a TNS coach, saying youth sports decides what middle school to send all the kids to in Dallas. And we are seeing that with
that's
Oak Cliff Life.
You know what?
Open districts.
No, not even just that, bro. What they doing is these coaches is getting active. Like, man, I don't even know if they can. I'm just seeing the face of DeSoto in the community. I see the face of North Crowley in the community. So you gotta get active in the community. That's the only, Chris. That's why you seeing a lot of them kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they active. They out there. You know what I'm saying? They got a relationship with the coach. I was telling one of my homeboys, we went to the same high school, we was at the North Crowley game. Shout out to North Crowley, I think his name Coach Gates, Ray Gates. But he let every youth association team in Fort Worth come out there and run on his field. right? And I'm sitting at the top of the stands, and I'm like, dang, I like that. But I was like, dang. I see with North Crowley what they doing, right? Like North Crowley got all the, I don't know if you just paying attention to it, but all the
got the
PB
brand.
kids right now, from the TCU to the Pac Prime to the TN, any you people, they at North Crowley. But that's because that coach, bro, he's steady, boom, putting stuff in the community.
Yep.
He's steady.
I was trying to tell Coach Dibble that.
Right.
I was saying with Zach. Back in the day, ODY, Zach used to, I remember riding on the bus to Tyler. Remember Tyler, they used to, with Tyler, we used to play Tyler. It was a big game down there.
Yeah.
And we used to get on the bus. And then that's another thing. I feel like our high school coaches are not getting active with our kids.
They're not, bro.
The way, but I can say that, North Crowley is doing their thing with that.
You know who
who
else is doing a good job? And who always does a good job? And they having a down year right now. They're probably gonna bounce back because they do a good job too.
Yeah.
No, Trinity, bro.
Oh yeah, Trinity.
You can't interview a kid from Euless who's not gonna throw up the T in the interview.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in there throwing up the Trinity T. And then the crazy thing about it, I live on Central, so we on the border. So our kids get to pick whether they go to Trinity or Bell.
Yeah.
I be seeing kids in my neighborhood who should probably be going to Bell. They throwing up the T. They had already made a decision as a third grader. So the proof is there. Once you establish it in the youth sports,
we got
Coach,
to
like I said, I told my homeboy, I say, man, look, bro, if you want to win, these kids, man, you got to get active in the community. Y'all ain't in the community.
South Lake
with D1 North Crowley uniform this year. The D1
North
Crowley uniform.
Yeah, I will say this. Hey, look, as a person from Ohio who grew up in Arlington, but close enough to Fort Worth, I feel like they should have did a Dunbar or a wide.
And that would
Man,
have
when I was in high school, North Crowley wasn't doing nothing.
No, but North Crowley.
But see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. People that's on the outskirts, man, like even with Trinity, LDB, Dunbar, North Crowley, we always still looked at it as forward.
Yeah.
You on the southwest side, man. You right down the street.
I had half of the east side at Lamar.
You right down the street on the southwest
Them
side.
kids at North Crowley, them were Fort Worth kids.
Yeah,
them
them Fort
kids
Worth,
that
yeah.
played kids in
Blue Ravens.
Yeah, in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what happened. You from Stop 6, right?
Yeah.
What happened was, you remember when they put everybody out of Stop 6?
At the project. Yeah, and now they all the Everman, they over on the west side. Yeah, they went everywhere. So they really took our bag keys.
Yeah, Butler and put them over there. Well, Butler House, they did the same thing. That's called them some housing vouchers.
Yeah, Section 8 to live anywhere.
They gave them housing vouchers everywhere. Well, no, they couldn't.
Not anywhere, all the new construction apartments.
Okay, so the kids from the east side, they over there in North Crowley, because they got behind the Winco.
They got them new construction apartments at Section 8, yeah.
That's Stop 6.
Yeah, just like they got the ones over there in Everman. They got the apartments in Everman. Yeah. I don't get it.
Hey, you know what's funny? That's what my oldest. Hey, look, that's what my oldest grew up. And the people, he grew up right over in North Crowley. His grandma lived in them apartments behind the Winco. And all the Bedford people can't understand why he's so cold.
Do you think Fort Worth could come back and be a powerhouse again?
Yeah, no, most definitely. And it's just, bro.
Because when you was there, and I keep talking, because I'm trying to get everything. See, when you was at Wide, y'all still hold the record, but don't y'all hold the record in the track?
Yeah. Well, you know, I wasn't on it, but
well, I know you wasn't. I'm just saying, but you beat us.
Yeah.
They still, because we had speed. We had speed there. So
one last interruption. One thing we can all do as black people, man, join the Booster Club.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't always got to be, big business owner. You small business owner. Join the Booster Club. Booster Club has power and influence on what's going on your kid, all the extra stuff, the jersey purchases.
We got
you're going to be Nike or Adidas. That's all.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's free game, y'all.
But wait, time out, though, man. Look, I got to get, man, my boys did him.
With the Jordan?
Man, yeah, you see that? That's ODY. That's ODY.
That's ODY.
Exactly. Team Jordan, ODY.
By Jordan. I got this
right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's like wild.
So we definitely want to get us back on the map, get us back, like I said, a power, somebody to be reckoned with instead of our kids going other places. You know what I'm saying? And it start with us. That's why I bring it up. It start with us, and it's all over Dallas, Fort Worth. I don't care LA, but I'm starting in my backyard because this is where I'm from. And if I start here and then I read somebody out in the D, they start there, somebody in the H, they start there, then we can meet in the middle. But with that being said, we just got to be held accountable as coaches, bro. It's okay. I want to win too. I want to go to that. I want to do out. But as a coach, the first thing I need to do is teach a kid how to be a man.
Hey,
How to be a man and take
least
on accountability.
And bro, at least be a stand-up figure in the kids' life. You know what I'm saying? And we only got 2 hours. That's what you like the coach.
You only got 2 hours.
Only got 2 hours. Coach only got 2 hours. 2 hours 3 times a week. But with that 2 hours, make it impactful through 2 hours. You feel what I'm saying? And not just about football, man. We gotta touch these kids' lives all the way around because we said the single mamas is the ones bringing them out there.
But somebody said something, and not to cut you out, so I was going back and forth, they were saying things like, well, that's what they got, that's what you supposed to do at home. I want y'all to remember something, coach. If y'all really from the hood like y'all say y'all is, 90% of us don't have no daddy at home. So 90% of us is just granny. I come from where it's just granny. You see what I'm saying? I come from where it's just granny and pop, and I'm really from the hood, so I didn't have no daddy to teach me nothing else when I lived practice. So everything I learned was in practice. So when y'all say, okay, we got a training facility and stuff now, but some of my kids can't afford it.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man.
Some of my kids can't afford the training.
Some people been thinking part of like Drip, his progression isn't necessarily. Some of it is because he's big and athletic. But part of it is there are kids that are bigger than Dre on the AU level. It's a kid that should have really been whooping my son. But the difference is in July, I just woke up one morning. I was like, my kid's lazy. And I started making my 14-year-old Andre go outside and do an hour workout at the hottest time of the day. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I knew at tournament season, they always start the 8U and 7U games at like 2, 3 o'clock. So I knew if I got him used to the heat now, then he'd just be able to out-tough all the other kids. So when you look at the progression of the season, most of the kids are just now starting to catch up, but that's part of because it's cool. It's cooler outside. It's less taxing on their bodies. But those are some things that moms won't think about because I remember I didn't get into it, but me and a mother on one of the boards were going back and forth, and she actually was she was like, "It's too hot out there. These babies can die." And I was like, I'm thinking in my head, no, your baby can die because you let your baby sit. You let your baby sit in the AC.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you something that I learned too. And everything is don't forget, coaches. It's a learning process, bro. It's a learning process with this coaching thing. And I'm gonna tell you the game that I got. Cause I'm the type of person you can't do nothing in front of me, and I ain't gonna pick it up. I don't give a damn what it is. If you do it in front of me, I'm gonna be able to do it 10 times better than you because I'm gonna watch you. So with that being said. You can put the camera on TJ. I used to watch Jones out there every day with this little boy, and he was moving at the age of 3 or 4. He was moving like a kid that was 5 or 6, and I was like, damn, how can I get my kid like that? So I would watch him train his son from the age of 3 to be this dog. So the free game that I learned is if you take the time out, if you do have a father, big brother, you take the time out with your child to go out there and train them and teach them, then they can be great.
Yeah, hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You was soft that first time you went outside to go play full tackle football in the hood. That first time you was like 3, you went outside and people smoked you.
Yeah, I don't even know nobody sideline.
Now by the time you was 12, you was a killer.
I was just doing sideline.
They don't even remember sideline.
But you gotta think about how fortunate it is. We just said and said what Jones did with you, but that's how fortunate TJ is
to have that
money. How you train little money? Fortunate. I got the game from Jones, JB. Shout out to Coach JB. Yeah. How to train a dog. You make your kid a dog. But that's because our kids are that fortunate to have active father figures in their life. Yeah. What about them kids that ain't that fortunate? We're gonna the 2 hours. I just got 2 hours with them. The thing about it is things you can do and impressions you can make as a coach. Look, Mom, you know what I'm saying? Go home. He on the line. Yeah. They can get down in this 3-point stand. This is stands. And just tell them when you say hunt, pop up and hit your hand. It's simple thing. My hand to God, I did it with a child before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I coach on the line. That's what I do, right? Yeah. That's what I do, right? And it's just a simple task. Just going above and beyond the call of duty because that's what this job sees forth to do, bro. when you step in this coaching, like you're volunteering your time.
To win.
See what I'm saying?
We didn't want to win.
You know what I'm saying?
And Drip just go play with her. He ain't got to come to practice. He ain't got to come to practice. Oh, don't forget, I'm going to read your palm.
He can play running back.
He ain't going to give him the ball.
We're gonna make the ball count.
Hey, forget about the kids that been coming to practice, John. We going to make sure Drip ain't got to come to me. We going to just forget him.
No, but on that same subject, like, so this is my first year actually coaching for real too. So I'm the lineman coach with the AU Grindhouse. And I remember I brought my son out there and first he's smashing, and then I was coaching. I'm like, dang, bro, I'm not doing enough to try and raise the level of the other kids. In the first couple of weeks, I got frustrated because, like you said, you only got that 2 hours, two practices a week. And then I was like, I want my team, I want to teach the linemen. So I'm like, I go grab my son at random times, and I'm doing, we going out and do lineman training because my youngest doesn't live with me. My oldest does. My youngest lives with his mother, so I got to go get him from Grand Prairie and do all that.
Yeah.
So
The good father, that's what a good father do.
But look, what I started doing though was like, I'm already getting my son, so I just got in the group chat. All right, moms, we gonna do $25 a week lineman training. You can pay $25. I'm gonna give you a breakdown of the film.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send your son a clip. He getting a video. So some of the Grindhouse linemen, they getting a video showing them all their mistakes, what they did wrong, with a voiceover telling them what they can do to correct it. And then on Mondays, we coming out after the game, we watching the film together, and then we actually going over the little flaws in the game. Because that's the type of stuff I'm doing. Like Dre, we leaving to the house. I'm making his highlight tapes dropping right after the game. So I'm in that car. Look what you did, bro. Why you step with your left foot? Why you ain't? What's up with your hand placement? Why you ain't fired off the ball on that play? But part of the reason he plays at that level is because he's getting that level of scrutiny.
So let me ask y'all something. We all fathers, and it's one of the most biggest things that I ran across, Jay.
Hey, hold on, let me cut you off. They said the mic sounded like RoboCop.
For real?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Turn the mics out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Is it out now? Can I hear it? Hey.
Hold on. Let me see.
Oh, no, I got it.
You got it.
Well, shout out to my co-owner, Jasmine.
Okay. So Jones, this was something that you run into in the coach.
Does it sound better, folks, in the messages? I didn't have it on voice mode.
How long we been like that?
Man, it might have been the whole show. People been still watching.
Okay. So this is something that so how is it with TJ as a coach? How was it when you brought your son out? Because I noticed something about, like, when you're a father and you got a son on the team, you damn near gotta turn your back. And I ain't gonna even say turn your back, but if you say too much to them, then they feel like you showing favoritism to other parents. You know what I'm saying? Even though you really holding him accountable because you know what he can do. Like how did you go through your career? Because I know I went through some ups and downs with money situation because, parents want you to tend to their child more. You know what I'm saying? So how did you deal with it? Like, did you ever run across that with TJ? Like, as far as like coaching, like people feel like you showing them.
Hey, yeah, for a little bit, man, folks gonna always say that, because of course it's your kid, especially if your kid is good.
Yeah.
So that's just, you're gonna have to deal with it. If your kid good and you're a dog and you're coaching your kid, parents gonna always do that with me. But how I deal with it though, I just, man, on the cool, I don't even want to say nothing to you at practice. You supposed to have it down back to the T to where you ain't even messing up the practice. We ain't even got to say nothing to you.
Sure.
So I'm gonna be so hard on your ass that when I'm at practice, I'm on other kids. You know what I'm saying? Then if you do mess up, we're gonna go home. We're gonna have a
So you don't say nothing?
No, I'm gonna say something. I got you.
I'm getting some facts because mine 6.
Yeah.
And I've been.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but I have parents saying, "Oh, I want my baby to do this like him. Do this like him." So
I'm gonna tell you,
that's kind of where I had been in, but I always try to remind people I've been doing this before him, so I love the kid.
Right.
I do this because I love the kid
first.
I don't.
Your kid just so happy to came.
But after a while, the parents see, after I invest and I take out time, I didn't snatch my son after the game when he do bad, they come to me.
Right.
But for the most part, that's what I kind of deal with. when at the time when I was coaching with you, I didn't understand. Like when I seen TJ out there, I was like, damn, that man probably dealing with a lot because parents probably think that he just favoring him, but he really can ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit hard because it make you damn near want to walk away.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what really helped me. Well, the approach that I try to do, and it is funny. I think it's working for me. Is Dre? I know he a dog, and I know what he can handle, and I know how raw I talk to my son when we by ourselves.
For sure.
So I just be so hard and strict on my son that I feel like it gives the other parents the okay to do all that stuff that they felt that they was too soft to do before. So Dre, he the star player. We all know he the best. I'm on his neck about everything. So now your player who's not as now your player who's undersized or smaller, you know if you want to get him to this level,
You gotta push him.
you got to give the screw.
But you know, a lot of like
Some of these women need that permission.
But they don't. But you know, a lot of people feel like if you saying too much to that child, now he giving him too much attention. Types. You know, if you on that team, I'm steady. Brent, come here, little Brent.
No, not positivity. I rarely praise Dre. Dre he got to do something amazing. I'd be like, oh, good job. Otherwise, I'm on him about everything. But I'm always praising the other kids. I'm hugging the other kids. Come on, man, you can do it. I'm giving it out. But my son,
I do that. That's what I do.
I think that was John. That's what I did that one time. You told me, if I ain't mistaken, it was you. One of y'all told me one day, one of y'all boys said, but what about me? Y'all remember that? One of y'all was in the car and you were giving the other kids so much praise that your son said, but what about me, Daddy?
That's something like TJ do something like that now, man.
But you know how you praise the other kids, but you try not to praise yours, but you giving them so much praise.
That's cool. It do put a block on them, but it keep them thirsty.
Keep them looking for that. They're looking for that approval. They're looking for that approval. You gotta get the thing about it is when you got a kid that's that fortunate to have a father in the household and have somebody that's teaching.
So y'all don't feel like you can neglect them too much?
You can't. It's the fine line. It's the fine line. So the thing about it is you feed him. You and him, and if you not, you and him just don't do football. Y'all go to the movies. Y'all play the game together. So at that time, you know, my daddy loved me. You see what I'm saying? When y'all having them moments, he know that this is beyond. Y'all just on the field with my daddy. I'm in the house with my daddy. You see what I'm saying? It's a whole nother experience in totality. So it's not no way we can be too hard on them unless we just pound
unless you don't turn it off. If you like that all the time.
We turn it off.
So do y'all feel like a coach can coach kids if he's not a father? A coach can coach kids if he's not a father? If he's not an active father?
To be honest,
no.
I thought you meant he had no kids.
If a man is not an active father, like you got your baby here with you, right? He can't be not active.
Hell no. It used to be automatic suspended. Yeah, you can't do it. Until you get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? You get your shit together. That's just like somebody that won't take care of their kids, then get with somebody with kids and take care of them. That's like the nigga to take care of the dog.
That's like the nigga to take care of the dog. I ain't seen the boy where he got all the dogs in the bed, but he didn't go, man, I ain't getting that little nigga today.
Look though, okay, so I know probably you ain't experienced it. I know I ain't experienced. I know you probably ain't experienced. But what about those fathers? Let's just say like you active. But you know the other thing, and this off of football. This off the subject of football. But I'm just saying.
We touch on life. Touch on life.
So let's just. What about that daddy? Like I say, you active in your kid's life, right? But let's just say tomorrow. Lord forbid that your baby mama get the tripping and she make it hard for you to work. Cause I now look. Okay, look, I just have a different view of it from because I got homeboys
now for sure
that if they could be in their son's life.
See, that's by force though. No. You're right. That was taken out of their life by force. We talking about the niggas by choice.
Okay. So you saying that the one
if it's
like
by
that?
force,
speak what you saying. My partner texted me 2 days ago and said, "What time will a team play?" Cause his baby mama won't even give him the
Yeah, that's wrong, bro. That's wrong,
And
man.
then so like
He was forced out that child.
yeah, so he should be able to coach.
Yeah, he should be able to go.
With the ones that
Come on,
just,
man.
Yeah,
they get their
It's by
kids.
choice. It's what they
They
choose.
only pick him up on Saturday.
Bro, when you choose, that's where you look.
Hey, listen, we're going back here and text on the board, so all they picking your babies up on Saturday and dropping them off Saturday evening. Hey, we gonna pull their files.
Okay, now, next time we gonna interview
We
your
black.
baby mama. We interviewing baby mamas on this motherfucker. Do right, man. Do right, man.
But now we just gonna put a lot of pressure on our men to be positive role models. That's what we're here for, man. Like I say, anybody could be a follower, but it takes somebody real to be able to get up here and call you on the front street and say, hey man, bringing a pistol to the game ain't right. You can hit him and say, meet me here, but bringing the pistol, the fighting, gang banging, all of that on the football field where the kids supposed to be safe. Remember, this is safe for these kids. They supposed to come out here and win, lose. They supposed to have a good time, bro. Like y'all say, half of these kids be on the sideline playing with each other after the game. How they playing on the sideline and we out here scratching?
Man, sure. I done seen it many times.
Who gonna say something about it? Who gonna say something about learning how to take a L over the team? How you gonna get in a fight and not expect to lose no fights? It's because you're scared. And in the Free Game Podcast, we're gonna make all the leaders step up and the lanes gotta get to the back of the bus. Cause we're gonna stand 10 toes down. We're gonna make sure these kids get to live their dream. And the ones that do make it to the NFL, that's cool. You know, we want them to make it there. But we also understand the percentage of them making it to the NFL is short.
We gonna keep it real. But let's keep it real, coach. We can make way more doctors and lawyers than we can NFL players, realistically. You know? So, as men, as coaches, as leaders, we got to start holding them to scrutiny to be good men, not just a good youth football player.
Well, how many coaches y'all ever see that they didn't coach the kid and he adopted that and they posted him? Hold up though, talk to me though.
No,
how many coaches? Man, I've been doing this 30 years, but you don't never post that kid that became that lawyer, that mayor, or he on the board over here. You don't never say, man, this what he became, because we're not setting a trend. We letting the lanes make it to where if he don't make it to the NFL, then it don't matter. You don't give him his flowers, man. Yeah, I coach little Brandon, and now he the mayor of Fire Steel. Yeah. Now he opening up doors so our kids can come in and have facilities or whatever the case might be. Oh, Humphrey, he doing the camera thing, the semi-pro, like right now, he doing it right now.
But you know how
he giving us a platform.
And really, to be honest with you, them missing them small details just let you know how contradictory it is to what they want to be for show. You want something to show off, but you just showing off one-dimensional shit, just like they one-dimensional coaching. I'm just gonna count on Lil Jimmy. So I'm only gonna post the success of Lil Jimmy if it's in the football world, because we ain't even looking at success outside of the youth football. And this is just a small piece of their life, man.
And that's why we need coaches like Jones. Really, to be honest, we need coaches like Jones to stay in the position he in and not get that position up. I'm gonna be honest, because the more power we get these suckers,
yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
So many
suckers with power that's moving, and they moving incorrect. They playing checkers and not chess. You see what I'm saying? If you gonna finesse the game, get back to the game. Yep. You get what I'm saying? If you finesse it, get back to it.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy? I had a nigga tell me a few years ago. Matter of fact, we went to I can't remember who had it was a Houston game, man. And the fool told me, he said, man, he was excited about it too. He didn't say nothing about the kid. He was really on the cool stunt on me. He said, man, you need to come over here. I'll show you how to make this money. Nigga, I don't give a care how much money you making, a nigga, how much money you're organizing. Nigga, you look like trash as a human being with that. Man, like for real. No, I'm just, I had a dude tell me that, bro. He told me, he was like, man, you need to come over here and make money. Man, is you for real? That's why the game's so fucked up. Yeah, man.
But see, man, one thing I want to say, and I want to hold you today, man, that's why we need you to come back and be that president of Fire Steel. Come back, because Fire Steel has always been a place where people can go and call home.
No, for real.
We ain't worried about no national. It was a home. You didn't have to have the money to play.
Right.
You didn't have to have the father figure. But Forest Hill was gonna make sure you had on the uniform and the helmet, and you gonna go out there and get some good coaching, no matter who you was. So with that being said, we can't get it to them and just let them take over the game and just close that down. So we need you to come back home and open up something and make it great again, man.
Not facts.
But before we let you go, Tim, man. So currently, what you got going on in youth football or anything? If somebody wants to play some 7-on-7, what do you guys got on the agenda?
Man, yeah, we about to wrap up youth football. We just did a 7-on-7 today.
Okay, so if somebody wants to bring up an athlete to your team, man, how they get in contact with you?
Man, y'all can reach me at my phone number, which is 817-675-4342. I'm on Facebook, Jones, Timothy Jones, Instagram, Timothy. Man, you can look me up by my name on Instagram. So, and then too, of course, shoot, you get in contact with Dre, the free game podcast. So, and he know to get in contact with me. So.
All right, well, let's go swing over to our host, man. Let's get some final messages. Who wants to start with us for our final message for the shows?
Man, tomorrow, man, y'all tune in. We got Coach Anthony Chance. I'm going to say it again. We got Anthony Chance, the Dundada. Y'all know who he is, the Dundada of North Texas, man. He brought people. All y'all done played in this league before. A lot of you coaches, he got something to say tomorrow. So y'all tune in, man. We appreciate Jones. We're going to bring him back on the show. We got Lil TJ here. You know, I want to let Lil TJ, he be balling. His daddy been having him ball for a long time, man. And we just appreciate you, bro.
No, I appreciate y'all for real.
For sure.
Yeah, when we closing out, man, this is the Free Game Podcast where everything is for sale, but the game is free. Fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, and before we dip out, tomorrow we're going to be live on the Free Game Podcast page. So go ahead and follow the Free Game Podcast page. Now, it's still going to be on Semi-Pro Live, but, hey, man, we're trying to help build the brand. So we actually prefer if you follow the Free Game Podcast. And our sound quality is going to be better because I didn't realize that the speakers was going to interfere with the wireless that was going into this. So please forgive us for the sound quality. We'll have that fixed. I think we just got to spend a little $15 real quick. Go get that little white little connector piece.
Man, you know, we ain't
And we'll be back better than ever tomorrow. But your host, man, of the hottest, newest podcast on Facebook/YouTube and in the youth sports world, the Free Game Podcast. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.